So good to be here today on this beautiful Tuesday. My name is Megan Tull, entrepreneur success strategist and passion expert, here to bring to you a juicy topic of attracting your ideal clients by being you. So, I have a question for you. So, if you had a choice of getting an original painting or a copy or print of a painting, which one would you prefer? Of course, you would want the original, right? So that's what we're talking about today. You know, how an original is worth so much more than a copy, especially when it comes to getting out there and building your brand and who you are. So today we're going to be talking about my top 3 strategies in attracting your ideal clients by being yourself. A lot of times as entrepreneurs, we make the mistake of seeing what other people are doing around us and, you know, essentially copying what they're doing or emulating what they're doing. And then we take it and use it in our business. And that goes back to the question I had for you of, being an original versus being a copy. And I think a lot of times we don't understand, the wealth of experience and knowledge and expertise that we can actually bring in our own right. And so, if we can tap into our passion and our expertise and our unique value and bring that, then we can actually stand out in a very crowded market, because chances are there are a multitude of individuals doing similar work to you. So whether you are a business coach or a health or fitness coach, wellness expert, relationship expert, insurance specialist, whatever it is, chances are there's a lot of people out there doing what you do. So what I'm going to ask you to do is really take a look at, what you bring to the table that is unique to you. The truth is we are all unique and have amazing gifts and talents to draw from. But what we're talking about here is our unique value, and that comes from not only your God-given gifts and talents. Hi, Dakisha. Thanks for joining. But it comes from your experiences, your education, your skill sets that you developed over the years. It comes from your characteristics as a person, your values as a person. So all these things come together to make you who you are, and it makes you unique and different. So we want to recognize that. So the first step is to acknowledge it, right? But then you want to get to a point where you actually are owning it. And you understand the real value that comes with that, because you had, your journey and your experiences and maybe, that job way back when that you thought was a waste of time. But looking back, you know what? I actually learned something from that. And like all these experiences and education and skill sets, and of course, your God-given gifts and talents, all of those things mean something and actually can provide tremendous value to your customers. So I want to challenge you to really start revealing what your unique value is and what you are actually bringing, and really own that and represent that in your message, in your marketing. Okay. The second strategy that I want to share with you is learn how you can effectively share your story. So going back to experiences, I talked about that's part of your unique value, right? But I truly believe that every experience in our life, good or bad, are just stepping stones leading us to who we're meant to be. And through those experiences, especially the adversity and the challenges that we've been through, you have grown into a leader. You have learned something that has allowed you to be able to move forward in confidence, or you learned something that you can now teach others, right? And so we want to really be able to embrace our full story and our journey and those times of challenge and adversity, because they make us who we are, right? And they're part of our journey, part of our story. So many times we want to show up as that perfect person that is always confident and always has things figured out. Trust me, I know, I've been there. I've been doing this work for 18 or 19 years. As a business coach and consultant, and I used to think, oh gosh, I have to really show up powerfully and confidently and really act like I have my stuff together, and always have. And the truth of the matter is that that's not realistic. Nobody is perfect. And when I did that, I wasn't relatable. And you can imagine if someone shows up from that place and they're not being real, you're just waiting for them to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, right? So then you can be like, oh, they're not so perfect after all, right? But if you show up as yourself and you are willing to, hi Eliza, thanks for showing up here today. Let me know where you're joining from. If you're willing to show up as your true self, faults and all, and be vulnerable, right? People are going to be able to get to know you better and relate to you and be like, oh my gosh, Megan has struggled like I'm struggling right now. She can understand where I'm coming from, and she can, she gets me. Versus if I showed up like I was perfect and had it all together, I would not be relatable to my audience, right? So think about that aspect. And when you feel like someone's a real person, you can connect with them deeper, and you start to get to know them more, and hopefully like them more and begin to trust them. So Eliza's joining from North Carolina. Great, awesome. So glad you're here. So we're talking about attracting your ideal clients by being you. And this second strategy is all around learning how you can effectively use your story to build likability and trust. And through your experiences, through your journey and your story, chances are you've learned something. So I really believe that we are meant to teach the lessons we're meant to learn, right? And so on our journey, we are learning, and now it's our responsibility to teach others that are in that same space where they're struggling or facing a challenge or problem. And now, because you've been through that on your journey, and now you're on the other side of that, then you can show up as that trusted advisor, right? And somebody who can lead your audience to the ideal outcome. So you can help them, be able to get to that other side. But you have to be able to share your story and your journey so they can see that you were like them and you've struggled with the same things. And then you're also now an example of what's possible, right? And you've now have some sort of method or process that you can teach them that will help them get from where they are to where they want to be, which leads us to the next strategy, which is identify the specific problem or challenge that you solve, right? So this is a tough one for a lot of us, because we're like, oh wow, I can help so many people with so many different things. So if you're a business coach, maybe you're like, oh, I can help them with mindset. I can help them, identify their ideal audience. I can help them with some marketing strategies, all this stuff, right? But at the end of the day, that message is very confusing to your audience. And there's a lot of people that do those things. But what do you feel you bring to the table that's super unique? And this you'll know by working with your clients, okay? And I know you probably have helped them in a multitude of different ways, but think about like the sweet spot, the opportunity you had when you're working with a client that you really were able to see, oh my gosh, this has made such a big impact in the life of my client, and that really has kind of shifted things for them, or they had a breakthrough and they got to see things in a different way. Think about what that is for you in terms of what you are able to teach or, provide your clients that is a unique experience that really is result oriented or provides a transformation or impact. Okay, so Eliza asks, how do you find the clients though? I find it so hard to find clients that are ideal for my business. Okay, so that's a great question. Thank you, Holly. Good to see you. Yeah, how do you find them? Well, first of all, you have to show up as yourself, right? And you have to really show up in a place where you are being unique and true to yourself. You're sharing your journey and your story and being vulnerable and connecting with your audience. But at the end of the day, you're showing up in a place of service and providing value. And you're showing up as that expert in what we're talking about here now, strategy number 3, identifying the one problem or challenge that you solve, the one thing. So you are the go-to person for this. You are the trusted advisor for this. You are the expert authority for this. For example, I'm going to share mine. So I'm the go-to person for high achieving women entrepreneurs who are experts at what they do, and they are not making the money that they truly desire in their business. So that's the bottom line. That's the struggle. And of course, they're overwhelmed and frustrated, and that leads to a lot of things, right? But that's the bottom line. So what I help them do to solve that is I help them to stand in their power, become expert authorities online and be seen as that expert authority, and to package their expertise into a high-end, high-value, irresistible offer. So they're able to level up their business and work with their dream clients, make a big impact and transform their clients' lives, and oh, by the way, potentially triple their income in 60 to 90 days. So the solution is the ideal outcome they're seeking, which is to make more money, right? And also free up time, because it all comes down to the bottom line of what I provide is simplifying your business process and really being able to focus and narrow in. And that's the message that I'm teaching you today in really showing up as your true self and really providing that unique transformation that only you can provide your clients, and you showing up, providing value, and showing up as an expert authority in that space, Eliza, is how you can attract your clients to you. So it's not about necessarily going out there and finding your clients. Yes, when you show up and provide value, typically you are showing up on a platform where your ideal clients hang out, but it's more about who you're showing up as, the value that you're providing, and your ability to connect with your audience and be real with your audience and provide value and really address the very specific problem or challenge that they are facing and provide a solution. And then the next step, which I don't necessarily have my steps here, but this is where a lot of people miss the mark, is they're providing all this great content and value, and that's great. It will really kind of give some actionable steps for your audience to take, right? And they're seeing you as that authority figure. You're building your credibility, but then it's up to you as the expert to provide that next step for them to take. So if they are really ready to solve their problem, and they're tired of the quick fix, or they're tired of just getting a bunch of free information that really isn't giving them the full solution, then it's up to you as the expert to make an offer for them to take that next step with you, for you to be able to guide them to their ideal end result, right? So So what does that look like? Maybe you invite them to a strategy session or discovery call, or maybe you have an event coming up where they can learn more and go a deeper dive into the topic that you're sharing. So, but you always should have some sort of call to action where they can get more support and help. It is your responsibility as the expert to provide that. And there is going to be a percentage of your audience that's ready for that next step. They're ready to pay the money to hire you to help them get the results that they are seeking. Okay, so I do want to put that out there. So important to understand this, my friends, because often, again, we're just putting out all this valuable information and we're not giving a next step for them to take. You're very welcome, Eliza. So happy to help. So send me some love if this is resonating with you, if you're connecting to this message here about really being yourself so you can attract your ideal clients. The truth of the matter is, and this is like kind of a bonus tip, our ideal clients are typically people just like us. So the more we show up as our true selves, and the more we're willing to be vulnerable and share our story and really just show what makes us unique and different, then our ideal clients are going to be magnetic to that, and they're going to be attracted to us just because of who we're being and who we're showing up as. So this all really comes down to, believing in yourself and trusting that what you have is valuable and that you've been through everything you've been through for a reason. And now, again, you are meant to teach this wisdom and this gold. I call it your brilliance. You are meant to teach this to others and help them on their journey, help them get from where they are to where they want to be. Let me see here. We have another question. Can I apply this even if I sell products, create handcrafted products? Absolutely. So if you sell products and not necessarily a service, you can share what inspired you to sell the products and how the products have impacted your life personally or impacted your clients' lives. Every product or service, we create that, or it's made for a reason, to fill a gap in the marketplace or because there's a need, right? So if people like to buy into a brand, so if you have a specific product, like what was the inspiration behind the product? Why did you create it? What is your mission as a company? What do you believe in? What are your core values as a company? When you can share that and the passion for what you do and why you do it, people will buy into your brand, and you are your brand, so you're the representative of your brand. So absolutely, Eliza, you can use the same concept even if you are selling physical products versus services. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. All right, so those of you who are looking for more support, those of you who are high achievers, are experts at what you do, and maybe you are frustrated with, the rigmarole of, building a business, and you've really invested in a lot of different ways to market your business, and you're kind of just spinning your wheels, not getting the results that you desire. You feel like you're still the best kept secret, or you're just tired of not making the money that you truly desire. If you're looking for an easier way, a simpler way, you're looking for an opportunity to work with your dream clients, make a bigger difference, work less, but actually potentially triple your income. If this sounds interesting to you, I would love to have a conversation with you. This is the work that I specialize in. And I'm not here to sell you anything today, but I am here to extend an invitation, if this resonates with you, to be able to have a conversation about how you might be able to redesign your business to reflect yourself as the expert. in your expertise. Maybe you need some help clarifying what that looks like, but then how can you use your expertise and package it in a way where it is more of a high-end experience, a transformative experience for your clients, and you can really fully solve a problem, offer a transformation for your clients, and potentially triple your income. If this sounds interesting to you, I would love to extend an invitation for us to have a conversation. This is just for me to learn a little bit more about you and your business and what your goals and dreams are for your business. And I'm going to give you some actionable steps that you can take to really redesign your business to reflect your expertise and to be able to attract your high-end clients. So you can make the impact you were born to make, and you can get paid generously once and for all. And you don't have to keep spinning your wheels or trying all these different marketing strategies that work for some but not for you. It's really all in alignment with who you are, and really being able to put together a very simple process to help you get in front of your ideal high-end clients. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to learn more, click the link that I provided in the description, and we can set up a conversation that is no strings attached, me just offering my service to you and helping you become that expert authority in your industry and get paid what you're worth. So just to recap what we talked about today, and I'd love to hear from you which one of these areas you're going to be focusing on first and working on. So just to reiterate, the 3 strategies that I shared today for attracting your ideal clients by being you is, number 1, discover what makes you unique. So what is your unique value? What do you bring to the table that's different than everybody else? And this stems from everything from your God-given gifts and talents, education, experiences, skill sets, all of that, right? So all of those things come together to make you you. So how do you identify that and then own that and stand in your power, stand in confidence around what makes you unique? So that's the first step. The second one is how to learn how to effectively share your story. And through that process, you're able to build likability and trust with your audience, and they start seeing you as that trusted advisor, right? Somebody that is real, somebody who gets them, somebody that they want to continue to learn from. The third and final strategy is to identify what one specific problem you solve. Even though you can solve a lot of problems for your clients, what is the one that you really feel is your brilliance zone, your genius zone, where you shine, where you can really make the biggest impact and difference? And how do you show up as an expert in that space? Okay, so those are my 3 strategies. Please pop in the comments the one that really you are feeling like, oh, I just have to do this and things will change, or the one you resonated with. I'd love to hear from you. Please share your comments, your breakthroughs or ahas from today's training. I so appreciate you for showing up today. Thank you so much. And I will be here next week around the same time. And it's just my pleasure to be of service and share my expertise and knowledge of 25 plus years as an entrepreneur and 7 different businesses and working with thousands of entrepreneurs. I've learned so much, feel so blessed, and love to be able to share and be of service. So thank you again for joining. And until next time, be courageous, take inspired action, and go out there and share your gifts with the world. Bye, everybody. I look forward to connecting with you. Let me know if you have any questions.